Okay, we are here. We are soon ready to go. The car is making some fan noises because it's warming up, I think. And here we have my laptop, some camera gear, and my clothes. The charger is disconnected. Let's reset the road trip. Road trip, reset, road trip, reset. First, we will go and tighten the wheels a little bit, and then we will move down through Sweden, Denmark, and then Germany. The coffee, of course, and an extra camera, battery, and a power bank. I think we are ready to go. You know what's important when you're going to Germany? You have to make sure you tighten your lug nuts. Okay, we are at 83% state of charge. It says I should stop at Kungälv and charge there. I will not, because I don't think that's a 250 kilowatt charger, so we'll find another one. We are on our way to Uddevalla supercharger. It's 250 kilowatts instead of 150 at Kungälv. So we will go there instead, and it's also better accommodation at the Uddevalla supercharger than at the Kungälv. And I don't have enough state of charge to make it to Varberg, which I would normally be my first stop from Oslo, but I didn't charge the car fully, so then we need to stop at Uddevalla, and I'll just have some breakfast there, and then we will move along to the next charger, which will be a decision when we come to the charger and see how much state of charge we have when we want to leave. So we try to make the stops convenient. For the fan noise that I heard, it seems like the car at least is reading temperatures outside correctly, which is a good thing. And we have the HVAC works as expected, so we will see. It'll probably be very noisy at the supercharger. If it's getting worse, I'll just call Tesla and ask, I guess. But seems fine for now. What a beautiful morning here. We are closing in on Sweden, and then I'll show you the border crossing. Oh, he has some issues with his car. He's scraping. Wow. Okay, I'll show you the border crossing soon. If you haven't seen the border crossing from Norway to Sweden, it might be interesting. So we are... Tesla is estimating 13% on arrival at Uddevalla, which is way too much, but I guess it's fine because I needed the stop around 9:30 anyways. So we are averaging... Our average efficiency on this current highway stretch is 177 watt-hour per kilometer. Pretty good. We are traveling at pretty high speeds, close to 120 kilometers per hour. Our road trip total efficiency is 183 watt-hour per kilometer, but we did heat the car, we did stop and fasten the lug nuts, and yeah. This is our first border crossing of the trip, and it's the easiest one. I'm talking like there is problems crossing borders in Europe, but it really isn't. It's a very, very easy process, to say the least. Okay, let's say there is some roadworks, of course. Quite a bit of roadworks here. And interesting markings on the road. Swedish markings. And when we cross this bridge, we are officially in the European Union and in Sweden. So I updated last night to a new update, which I heard improved the autopilot. Well, it was kind of smooth and yeah, but it has always been smooth on highways for me. The problem now is the nagging. It asks you to hold the steering wheel all the time, and of course you need to have the hands on the wheel, but due to the steering wheel not being capacitive, it's a torque sensor. You need to weigh the steering wheel on either side, and that's fine. But you can't have like just. It feels like it's less than 10 seconds before it starts beeping at you and going crazy. Even though I'm, of course, holding the steering wheel, I'm just holding. I'm not putting enough weight on one side of the steering wheel. I have never had this problem before. It came after this update, so I guess it got stricter, which it definitely didn't need to. So, yeah, I'm suspended from autopilot until I'm at Uddevalla and can put the car in park and put the car in drive again. So now we are driving on old school traffic aware cruise control, which is fine as well. We are closing in on Uddevalla. We will be there in 4 minutes. We have an average efficiency of 212 watt-hour per kilometers, both on this stretch and average for the whole trip. This is well, it's because we are in a high-speed zone, and I think we have headwind. I can feel the car. I can feel the wind on the car, and I don't usually feel the wind that much on this car, but now I do, and I think it's pretty windy out, so that might contribute to lower efficiency. Anyways, we will have 8% on arrival at Uddevalla, and that's yeah. Oh, he's ripping. So that's better than 14% or whatever it estimated before, because we want to arrive with low state of charge. We want to have the fastest charging speed available, and then we have to arrive with low state of charge. I can hear the cooling fan outside. It's kind of noisy, but we will plug in and see what happens. We are getting 212 kilowatts. We were up, I think we were at 240 kilowatts at max. So let's charge here and I'll go get something to eat. Seems like the car sounds normal now, so the strange fan noise is gone. It'll probably come back, but it isn't getting worse, so I guess it's fine. This car does make a lot of strange noises, so I usually just assume it's normal. Apparently the Max Burger place and Chop Chop Asian shop doesn't open until 10, and we won't be here then, so I'll just charge up and go down to Varberg, I think, or further down, probably, to another 250 kilowatt charger. So we are here, and we can go, let's say, what's this one? Falkenberg, 150. Halmstad, maybe. Halmstad is a nice one, I think. How far is that? That's pretty far. I need to eat before that, I guess. Okay, let's go to Varberg. I know there's a place to eat there. It's estimating minus 9% on arrival, so I guess we'll sit here for 10 minutes. Okay, it's estimating 9% at Varberg. That's more than enough. Let's go. Okay, so now we have an average of 194 watt-hour per kilometers for this for this last trip. 208 watt-hour per kilometer in total for this road trip. We are 1 hour from the supercharger in Varberg. It's estimating 14% on arrival, so our efficiency went up quite a bit on this stretch. There was a bit of traffic, so the speed, of course, was slower. We are at 12% and at Varberg, so let's plug in the charger. Super fast handshake. 177, 202, 224, 229. Okay. A little bit too high state of charge, I think, to get 250, but we're almost there. So I'll go grab something to eat, some breakfast. The time is 11:13 and I haven't had breakfast yet. And then we will be on our way to the next charging stop. Today we went for some McDonald's. Not the best food, but that's what's available. And I know what I get. And some water. I usually bring a water bottle, but this time I forgot, so I bought 2 water and 1 energy drink. Here are the Neo chargers. They look kind of cool, to be honest. No cable management though. That sucks. Seems like you use the Neo app to charge, just like Tesla uses a Tesla app. It's the battery swap station. So you drive your car here and it'll back in itself, I think. There is the ET7, which is Neo sedan. And 2 chargers here as well. Very nice layout, but they need to fix the cable management. The layout doesn't work if you have a trailer, but the battery swap doesn't work either with a trailer, so it doesn't really matter. Don't buy a Neo if you need to tow a trailer. Here are the specs of the charging cabinets. Right over there we have the Ionity station with multiple stalls and a CHAdeMO Mer charger right behind there. You can see the leaf. And behind the McDonald's there are even more chargers from a 4th charging company. There you can see my Tesla and the e-tron GT charging. On the wrong side, of course. But that's completely fine since there are more than enough stalls on these Tesla superchargers, even pull-through stalls. Since I was around filming, we got to 73% state of charge even before I managed to actually eat something. We are at 82% state of charge, so I think it's time to go. We might have the next stop in, let's see, might have a quick stop in Halmstad and then take the stretch to Denmark. Yeah. There is some construction going on here, so it's a bit slower. So it's estimating 5% to Køge in Denmark. I'll just drive along and wait a bit and then see if this percentage changes, and then decide if I do a charging stop at Halmstad or not. In the Malmö area, all the way south in Sweden, before we get into Denmark, there is a lack of superchargers, lack of chargers in general. It's a really shitty area for EV drivers, it seems. I think the Malmö supercharger was voted in the supercharger build-out poll, and that's super understandable after I have traveled through this area multiple times. I think we will do a 5-minute stop in Halmstad just to skip all the way to Denmark. I see there is charging queues. I can see it on the Tesla screen in Denmark, and I don't want to arrive with low state of charge when there is charging queues. It's also nice to skip the Malmö area in terms of charging spots, since there are almost none in this area. So I want to make sure we can go through the entire area and over the bridge over to Denmark. We are taking the land route today, and on the bridge it might be very windy. It's windy here, so I assume it's windy on the bridge. That means lower efficiency and more power or electricity used to get over to Denmark. So we'll just pull off here and top up a little bit, even though we are at 60% state of charge. We are not rushing today. We are just road tripping, so we have all the time in the world. Here you can see people using the Tesla superchargers with non-Teslas, like the Audi e-tron and the Volkswagen ID.4. That's a made in Berlin Model Y. We are at way too high state of charge. This is because I had to set up the camera and throw out some trash and stuff. So now I think we will try to go to a Tesla service center in Denmark and see if they have the new Midnight Cherry Metallic color available. I feel like the AC is kind of slow to cool down. It's 21 degrees in the cabin right now. I have the air condition set at 17 degrees. I see that the temperature is slowly falling, but it's pretty slow, I would say. That's the third time I have passed that truck, which shows at least EVs are faster than trucks on the road trips. Now we are about to leave Sweden to go over the Öresund bridge over to Denmark. Go straight through here. Well, it's windy. I can see the windsock. We have actually used 202 watt-hour per kilometer in average for the last drive. This is due to all the wind and high speed on the motorway, of course. So the Tesla estimation is seems like it's completely wrong. It estimated 48% on arrival. Now it estimates 35%, but it usually just falls down and then creeps up back again when you are close to the location. That's how I feel like Tesla's route planner works. It's usually much more accurate than this, but it probably couldn't estimate all the wind that we had. On our way down to Malmö, we are estimated around 25 minutes left until we are at the Tesla showroom, where we maybe can see the Midnight Cherry Metallic Model Y from Giga Berlin. If it isn't for display, we will just continue towards Germany immediately. We are in Denmark. Now that I have seen this Tesla, I'll just go to the nearest supercharger because I want to edit the video and get it out as soon as possible. Okay, we are at 80% state of charge. I edited some videos, put out a Twitter post, and I'm ready to go again. Okay, so I got a tire pressure monitoring fault error, which means that maybe the batteries in the TPMS sensor have run out. But the issue cleared itself, so I guess I'm good to go. We are at Kliplev Supercharger. I think this is a new one. It looks very new. There is a Model S from Hungary there. That's pretty unusual. Anyways, here's the tire pressure monitoring system fault. I think that's nothing to worry about. And it's 250 kilowatts. We are at 7% and we have preconditioned. We should get good charging speeds. 200. $248. That was the maximum. Well, that's pretty good, and it'll come in handy for the Autobahn stretch, which is the next stretch. We're very close to the border to Germany now. So let's stay here for a while. I'll go grab some food. What's nice is that there is a trash bin here. It's actually 2 trash bins. That's awesome to see. It's estimating 4% left at the next and last supercharger before we are at the hotel. Let's just go for it and jump on a supercharger on the way if it's not enough. In 1 kilometer we are in Germany. And the first sign you see when you enter Germany is unrestricted Autobahn. It's freedom with responsibility. I think this trip so far has been a testament to the charging network that Tesla is able to offer. Not only is it reliable, it's fast, it's everywhere, and it's super easy to use. I feel so confident that I don't need to find the next charging station. Now we have one plotted in, but if that doesn't work out for us, well, then I'll just go to another one. I don't know, are you really supposed to pass an ambulance? We have 34% left, and it's estimating 3% on arrival at Soltau. So we're taking it a little bit easy. I took one wrong turn, and guess what? Now we only have 3% on arrival, which is completely fine. Now I just need to get on the correct way to Soltau Supercharger. And we should get pretty good speed since we are at 3% state of charge. We are at the Soltau Supercharger with 3% state of charge, and our average efficiency was 208 watt-hour per kilometer for the current drive since the last supercharger, and then 199 watt-hour in total. So let's plug it in. 221, 248 seems to be the maximum it wants to give me. This supercharger also have trash bins. I can't remember these from last time I was here. And we are here at the hotel. No chargers in sight and no chargers needed, because I charged too much in Soltau because some German guy came up and asked some questions about his vehicle, so I had to be tech support. And then we ended up charging too much, but that's perfect. 42% is a perfect starting percentage for tomorrow. So I guess I'll just edit some videos and then go to bed, and see you tomorrow. There are still some sounds from the HVAC. Subscribe for the next episode to see if this car makes the trip.